Evelyn Hayes, billionaire tech mogul, cover girl of Forbes, and a single mother, had built an empire from a garage codebase and sheer grit. She had tamed boardrooms full of suits twice her age, shattered glass ceilings, and made her last acquisition while giving birth. But none of that prepared her for her 6-year-old daughter, Ivy. Ivy didn't speak much. She didn't like loud sounds. She flinched at strangers' touch and found comfort in routines, shadows, and the tiny blue dinosaur she carried everywhere. Evelyn had learned to navigate autism diagnoses and therapy appointments with the same precision she used for mergers. But some days, like today, left her heart frayed and her confidence shaken. The gala event at her new headquarters was meant to be symbolic, a mother building a better world for her daughter. Yet, 2 hours in, Ivy had a meltdown in the middle of the pristine marble lobby, hands clapped over her ears, screaming. And Evelyn froze. All eyes turned. The board members, the investors, the photographers. She crouched beside her daughter, helpless. That's when he appeared. A man in a faded gray janitor uniform, mop in hand, slowly knelt beside Ivy. He didn't speak. He didn't try to touch her. He simply sat, quiet, steady, breathing with her, matching her rhythm. Ivy peeked out from behind her little dinosaur. Then, she scooted toward him. The man gently took off his lanyard and offered her his name tag. "See this, kiddo," he whispered. "That's me. My name's Jack. You can hold it if it helps." Ivy clutched it like treasure. No more screaming, just soft breaths. Then, a smile. Evelyn felt her knees buckle, not from shame or embarrassment, but from something else. Something she hadn't felt in years. Gratitude, wonder, and something she dared not name yet. Later, when the crowd had dispersed and Ivy was happily drawing in a corner with her new friend, Evelyn approached the janitor. "Thank you," she said. "I don't even know what to say." Jack simply shrugged and smiled. "I get it. My boy, Noah, is on the spectrum too." Ivy reminded me of him. She stared. "You're a single parent." "Yeah," he chuckled. "Most of us janitors are a little bit of everything. Moms, dads, counselors, chefs, you name it." Evelyn blinked, then laughed, really laughed, for the first time in weeks. Over the next few days, Evelyn began noticing him more. He wasn't just a janitor. He was a quiet constant in the building. He remembered employees' birthdays, left mints for the front desk security guard, once fixed a broken heater in the nursery without being asked. One afternoon, she saw Ivy waving at someone from the daycare room. It was Jack. He had stopped by to drop off a forgotten toy Noah once loved, a sensory plush ball. Ivy was beaming, and Evelyn's heart stirred again. Not from pity, but from possibility. She invited Jack for coffee under the guise of a "thank you." He hesitated, until she insisted. That coffee turned into a shared walk. That walk turned into a standing Tuesday lunch. And those lunches became something she looked forward to more than any board meeting. He never asked for anything. Not favors, not promotions. He just was honest, present, a man whose heart was far richer than his paycheck. One rainy evening, Ivy clung to Jack's leg as he prepared to leave. "Stay," she whispered. Evelyn swallowed a lump in her throat. Jack knelt, brushing a damp curl from Ivy's forehead. "Only if your mom says it's okay." Evelyn didn't say anything. She just opened the door wider. That night, they stayed up talking. About broken childhoods. About raising kids who saw the world differently. About the weight of loneliness that neither money nor hard work could ever fix. And in that quiet space, Evelyn let go. Let go of the idea that strength meant always having the answer. Let go of the mask she wore around the world. And let in something rare. Love. The real kind. Months later, she announced her company's newest initiative, Hayes Hearts, a program to hire and support parents of neurodivergent children across all departments. It was Jack's idea. Today, he sits beside her in every leadership meeting, still in uniform, by choice. Ivy calls him Dad. And Evelyn, she still builds empires. But now, she does it knowing that the greatest thing she ever built wasn't an app or a company. It was a home. He came early, left late, and moved so quietly through the hallways that his presence was almost ghost-like. But that day, everyone noticed him. It was the morning of the shareholder tour. Evelyn Hayes, billionaire CEO and one of the most influential women in North America, was guiding the board through the sleek, glass-paneled facility she had built from nothing. Her 5-year-old daughter, Ivy, was by her side, tightly clutching her mother's hand, her eyes darting nervously. Ivy didn't like crowds. She didn't like strangers either. Evelyn knew it had been a mistake to bring her, but the babysitter canceled last minute, and besides, this company existed for Ivy. For children like her, for the future Evelyn dreamed of. Then, as the group rounded the corner, a loud blast of compressed air startled everyone. A clumsy intern had dropped a prototype device. Ivy screamed. She dropped to the floor, rocking, her tiny hands covering her ears. Gasps. Awkward silence. A few phones even recorded. Evelyn's face flushed. Her heart broke, but her mind raced. What could she do? Before she could speak, a man stepped forward. He wore coveralls, held a mop, and moved slowly. It was the janitor. He didn't speak. He simply sat cross-legged beside Ivy. Not too close. Not too fast. Just near enough to let her know she wasn't alone. Then, in the gentlest voice imaginable, he said, "Hey there." That was too loud. Huh. Wanna see something cool?